I don't know if it's revenge, but karma is real. This is going to be long, but I'd love some outside perspective. Please subscribe my channel. I, 27F, am in the final months of my PhD in a foreign country. I've been under a ton of stress with the job market, but I'm lucky to have a diverse friend group here. Some grad students, some who already graduated, some prepping for grad school. We've been close for about 2.5 years. One of my closer friends in this group is Anna, 30F. She finished her degree last year and now works in industry. We used to be pretty close, even hanging out outside of the group, but over time I realized she has a very controlling, rude side. Still, I stuck around because I value differences in people. Last year she started dating Ben, 23M, another person in the group. Around the same time, she became very pushy about my personal life. For context, I've never been in a relationship, and I'm sensitive about dating. I like to keep that private. But Anna constantly pressured me to date, even trying to push me toward Chris, 27M, another mutual friend. I'd always have to explain why I wasn't dating, which was exhausting. Meanwhile, my dynamic with Dan, 28M, shifted. We've always had a love-hate relationship. He was arrogant, distant, and never came to events unless dragged. Then he suddenly started showing up everywhere, being more attentive. We coincidentally ended up in the same city for work one weekend and hung out. We had so much fun, the roads closed from snow, and he crashed at my hotel, nothing physical. That trip changed things. He became more caring, we shared inside jokes, and our friends noticed. Of course, Anna jumped on this. She pushed me relentlessly to date Dan. I had my reasons not to, mainly that I can't date anyone right now. I'm not leaving this country, and I already knew Dan has his own obligations to return to his home country. Then one night, I fell sick after a group outing and Dan offered me a ride. In the parking lot, he confessed his feelings. It was sweet, but I explained my situation and why a relationship wouldn't work. We agreed to stay friends, and he promised to respect my boundaries, which he has. We've grown close, but nothing romantic. Anna, however, lost it. She calls what we're doing breadcrumbing, says it's disgusting, and accuses me of stringing him along. She's yelled at me, insulted me, and told me I'll end up alone. It came to a head when I hosted the group at my place. The date coincided with Dan's birthday, so the others asked if we could surprise him with a cake. I said yes. An hour before, Anna lashed out, accusing me of seeking attention and trying to impress Dan. She said I don't understand what men want, some racist things. I am South Asian and Dan is white, and she also suggested that I will die single because I don't deserve love. I was devastated, almost cancelled the whole thing. I got through it with help from another friend, though my mood was ruined. Later, I actually fainted from stress. When I came to, 3 friends, including Dan, had stayed behind to make sure I was okay. They were furious with Anna, but I begged them not to confront her. Fast forward to a friend's wedding last week. A teenage relative mistook me and Dan for a couple and asked us to dance. We clarified and laughed it off. In front of everyone, Anna loudly called us friends with benefits. The room went silent. I walked out immediately, followed by a few friends. Here's the revenge moment. After I left, Anna caught her boyfriend Ben making out with someone at the after-party. Huge dramatic breakup. And then, apparently, she showed up at Dan's place for comfort. He refused to let her in and told her to leave. From what I hear, most of our friends are now distancing themselves from her, and she went to stay with her sister. I'm not a revenge person. I believe karma is real, and I prefer to quietly separate from chaos. But part of me can't help but notice how all of this turned around on its own. I have a few hypotheses. She was unhappy in her own relationship and took it out on me. She's insecure and can't handle that not every woman centers her life on men. She's just an most of my friends say this. She might secretly like Dan, one friend suggested this. At this point, I just want peace. But I'm still hurt and confused. What do you think? Why would a friend behave like this? Should I even try to salvage this friendship? Or just let it die? Thanks watching for my video.